Good morning everyone. Now we are going to see how to search a substring in a given string using functions. So the first we are going to include the header file stdio.h as we are going to make use of printf and scanf statements which are declared and defined inside the stdio.h. Now the prototype for the function search is that it takes two character arrays as input and it returns an integer value. So these character array, the first character array indicates the main string and the second character array indicates the search string, and it is going to return some integer value based on which I am going to print a message whether the search string is found or not found. So inside the main I am going to declare str of 30 for holding the main string and sstr of 10 for holding the search string. And integer variables ij, length 1, length 2 are also declared. And I am going to read the main string by using scanf %\n into an str which reads the string until a new line is encountered. And then I am going to read one word of the search string by using scanf %s into sstr. So your SSTR will contain one word of data. If I am using scanf with %s, it is going to read us until a space or a new line character. Now I am going to print the main string str by using printf main string is %s str. Now I am going to call the search function str and by str and sstr. And if this search str and sstr function returns a non-zero value, it indicates that the search string sstr is found in the main string str. Otherwise, I am going to print that the substring sstr is not found in the main string str. And this is the main function where you can observe in previous without functions, the main function was containing more lines. But here the main function is containing very few number of lines, and I am going to terminate the main function. Now coming to the search function, it takes two character arrays as input arguments which are str and sstr here. And integer I, length 1, length 2 and j are declared as a local variables. I is initialized to 0 and using while str of I++ not equal to null, I am going to find the length of the string and I am storing the I-1 which is the length of the main string into the variable length 1. Now I am going to print the length of the main string is length 1 and I is again initialized to 0 and using while sstr of I++ not equal to null, I am going to find the length of the search string and I am storing that in the variable length 2 and I am going to print the length of that search string also in the next printf statement. Now I want to search the substring using a while loop. So I will be initializing both I and j indexes to 0. I am using as an index for the main string and j is the index used for search string. So while loop condition here is while I less than length 1 and j less than length 2. If both the conditions are satisfied, then the body of the while loop gets executed. Here inside this while loop I have if str of I is equal to sstr of j, which is going to compare the character at I index which is from the main string with the character which is indexed by j in the search string. If both are equal, then I am going to increment the index of the main string by I++ and increment the index of the substring by j++. Otherwise, I just have to increment the index of the main string and the j index has to brought back to the first character, which is done by initializing j to 0. So this is the whole procedure of searching a substring. Once the while loop terminates, so the condition may be the I could be greater than or equal to length 1 or j could be greater than or equal to length 2. So that I am going to check outside. So if I is equal to length 1, which indicates that the substring is not found, therefore I am returning 0. Otherwise, I am going to return 1. So this is the logic of the substring in the main string. Now let us see some examples. So once I run, I am going to get a message, enter the main string. Suppose I give the input as RVCE CSE department and substring as CSE. Now you can see that main string is RVCE CSE department and the length of the main string is 19 and the length of the substring is 3, and you can observe the output, that is CSE is found in RVCE CSE department. Now let us see one more execution. So suppose RVCE CSE is the input main string and the substring if I give the department as EC. Now you can observe that the message EC is not found in RVCE is going to be printed. Thank you.